Hey everybody, and welcome back to Misscliks D&D Devotion. So the whole party journeys together back to Bridgelight. Kel Bell is on horseback, so she books it way ahead. You guys travel with the soldiers who are transporting Lord Permar, and don't arrive until well afternoon. You make it in time for the semifinals and the finals. Um,
And we don't have a chance to like say, "Hey, we should play now."
she would be the one you'd have to talk to, and you wouldn't get a chance to talk to her until you get there.
Okay.
Where is our town? So what do you guys want to do when you first get here? Uh, Everyone is gathered around this kind of open area out in a field outside of town. There's banners, there's tents. You can smell the food being cooked. You can hear some music being played by musicians. The whole town is out and alive at this big event.
Yeah. Can we try to find Kel?
Yes, you search around and quickly find her sitting in some bleachers and kind of like a little raised area on top of that with her own little desk, or not desk, a table. She's sitting next to her husband, and they're looking out over the field. Currently, it's intermission time while they set up the brackets for the semifinals, the round of 4. And she and he are talking, but they're kind of up a little ways. You could yell to her from down below, or try
Can I
and
talk
force your
to
way
like
through
a
the.
servant or like an assistant?
Sure, you get word to her that you guys are there, and she
Yeah.
waves you up. The 4 of you can approach her. There's a little bit of space in front of her. She tells you that you've got maybe 20 minutes before the semifinals start.
So I will ask. Really nice to meet you again. Glad to see the finals are underway.
Yes, yes.
We were wondering if we could do one set of music at some point, like as a surprise, or like just before the finals, like a little showcase.
Don't you think that would not be in the spirit of proper competition?
Well, I mean, since we couldn't compete, it would have been nice to at least play one song, even if it's not in the competition, but just as a show. You know, like we wouldn't disrupt the competition since we wouldn't be in it.
Well, I'm sorry. My priority is first the integrity of this competition, and secondly, handing out favors to friends. If you'd like to play personally for my husband, that can be arranged, but I think that would not be in the spirit of proper competition, especially on such short notice.
Wait,
That's too.
compromising?
Yes?
How would that be compromising when in fact the whole reason
Ahem.
I shut up?
Look, it's pretty clear to me. You've got a clear field right now. We've got 2 talented musicians. We'll just take the stage now, shall we?
I
Hey, can we-
don't think so. Come now, you have been well paid for your rewards, for your deeds, more so than anyone is getting here. You've made more money than the winner will, with prize money and the contract afterwards.
Of course, we're not looking for money. We were just looking for the opportunity to play in front of a live crowd of music lovers.
Well, I'm sure many performers will be staying around town for days to come. You should be able to bill yourself as the band who got kicked out and attract a crowd. But I cannot just give you a crowd right before the semifinals. That would
But
be.
you did say you'd clear out our names.
It was only a matter of technicalities. I don't think anyone even knows. It's just marked on the roster. I don't think there's anything too clear.
Uh-huh. Do we have a good look at this woman and her husband?
Yeah, I mean,
Right
you're
now?
standing right next to them.
Are they
talking.
carrying any valuables on them?
Oh, yeah. She's not so much. She's got her armor still on from earlier in the day. He's got like a couple of big rings. One of them's got like a gaudy gem in him. He's got some, what do you call them, bracers that go around his bicep. There's a special term for the ones that are on your arm, right? The bracer goes around the front arm. I don't know what goes around the... He's got some like nice big golden armbands. He's wearing like a really short sleeve shirt so he can have like 2 armbands on each side. He's all dolled up.
Anything that's like taken away from someone that's hypnotized that's easy to take?
I mean, if you hypnotize him, you could probably convince him to give you anything, right?
Well, I guess by hypnotized I mean like if they were just, sitting still and they didn't really care.
No, you'd have to like pull it off of a finger or like squeeze it off of an arm. It would be very obvious to do any of those.
Okay. I kind of go back and say, we have been paid well. Don't worry,
Well,
we'll
thank you
get
for
back
this
at them.
Opportunity.
We'll make this right.
Appreciate your time and wish you enjoy the finals. It's really too bad we don't get an opportunity.
Well, if you'd like to speak to the other performers, most of them have left, but those that are still in the competition are down over that way, although I suppose they're preparing and wouldn't want to be disturbed.
We'll go wish them good luck. Show them that we aren't scared to be here.
Don't be disrupting. I know you have a rivalry with that Secundus group. I don't want to hear of any disruptions caused by you. I would hate to have to arrest you so quickly after working with you.
Arrest us? You said you were going to help uncover them.
They are a very talented group of musicians. I don't think there's much to uncover there other than your own jealousy.
How many times have you heard Secundus perform? Didn't they have to play like 5 times to make it
Multiple
this
times, yes. They've done quite well each time.
Have you noticed the crowd's reaction each time? Has it been the same?
I don't have time for these things. I'm here with my husband on this day. Please go away.
Alright, thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay.
I muddle to Kellen. I love how we did our pod. She did nothing.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
think
could say
she's
as
a
much.
little bit of a bitch, but whatever.
I agree with this. I don't normally speak that way of others, but I agree.
I'll say it for you, sis. I've always been the bad boy between us.
Thank you, Kellen.
How
You're
about
welcome.
we go wish good luck to the competitors?
Yeah, I
About,
suppose networking's a good idea.
That's fine. I'm going to grab a good seat around here. I'll save you all spots.
Sounds good.
You find the best seat that you can, Ransom. Meanwhile, Kess, Kellen, and Olivia head over to the performers area. There's one big tent with a bunch of tables in it. That looks like this is where the performers are to set up. There's a bunch of mirrors hung around so they can check their appearances. There's some scribes on hand to write down anything that they might need written. And you do see 4 groups in here. You spot Secundus and 3 groups of performers you have never seen before. No
I
Koibu's
asked-
chorus.
Where's Koibu's cars?
One of the scribes on hand says, "Oh, they lost in the previous round, unfortunately,
To who?
to Secundus."
We should go talk to Koibu's cars. Are they around here?
They seemed rather upset by the whole ordeal, and stormed off.
Do you know where? I was hoping to get an autograph. Big fan.
I think I overheard them saying they prefer the acoustics of churches. Perhaps they're in one of the temples in town?
Thanks for the info.
Of course.
Maybe we could. I go back to the group and I say maybe we could get Koibu's cars to interfere with Secundus.
We could at least pretend to be allies with them
Yeah,
and then
I think-
smash them in the next competition.
Yeah.
I agree. I think we should temporarily ally with them and take them.
Whoa! It's Cass and Kellen! You hear the
Ew.
familiar voice from down the hall.
Nice.
And jogging over comes who else but Guy Claypool. Whoa! You guys made it!
I turn to him and smile. Yeah, of course.
Ah,
What was your name again? Sorry, I don't always remember my fans.
Yeah.
Kellen, you're always so funny. How's it going, guys? Did you see the whole competition? We've been
No.
killing it
No,
out there.
we were off doing some important things.
Oh, all right.
I just rocked too hard at Cal Bell's house because we're, like bros, and I like broke stuff. So she banned us from the competition. But it's like the rock star life, right? It's
Dude.
just whatever.
That's heavy, man. Like, you got kicked out of a Knight's Keep for rocking too hard. Like,
Yeah,
much
for rocking
respect,
way
dude.
too hard.
Much respect.
You should
for
try it sometime. You should like get kicked out of the next competition. You'd probably like it.
I don't know about a competition, but like, what? I guess I just don't have that sort of like big personality that like breaks stuff around me. I'm a little bit more sensitive.
Oh, so you're like kind of weak.
Well, that's like, if you're kind of a bully, you might think of things that way. I like to think of myself as like understanding people and connecting with them. Like, I wouldn't want to break anything because I just have so much love in me that like I wouldn't want to destroy things in the world. I want to like put them together. Like I like
Okay,
bringing things
like
together.
accept
Starting to listen to
anyone.
this,
You just like you just kind of like don't stand up for yourself. You just like accept whatever anybody else is. Like you don't have your own opinions and thoughts and like standards. I understand.
Whoa,
That's
dude,
cool.
where's all this negativity coming from? I thought you were like my #1 fan. Like, you're kind of being an
I'm
asshole.
not trying to. I'm just trying to listen, man. Like that's what I thought you said. I don't
Look,
know.
I don't need this negativity right before I go on stage. I thought like we were cool, but
I'm just like I thought that's what you were saying. I'm just trying to hear your words, man. I'm just trying to like let what you say wash over me and like artist to artist just like understand you.
Helen really tries to understand people, so I'm sure he meant nothing.
seems
by
like
it.
he needs to try a little harder because like those aren't the words I'm saying at all. Like, I'm saying you want to connect with people, you want to listen to them and like bring them in. You don't want to like break stuff. I know there's a certain style of people. They
I
like to
kinda
get in their
nerd
hydra
out
pits and
a
like
little
be rambunctious, and that's totally cool. But that's just not who I am, and like I wouldn't begrudge
Helen-
you for.
Helen starts crying a little bit, like on command, and he's like, "Wow, man, like I'm a bad listener, and like my way of life is not good enough for you." Like, wow, okay, like,
Dude, you like.
wow, okay, like what? Like I didn't know that you were that kind of bully, but like, okay, I'll like make sure to just be careful what I say about you.
Man, you're like really passive aggressive. You know that? Like really passive aggressive.
Hey, I look back at him. Don't you see he's emotional now? Why are you doing that?
I like bury my head in Kess's shoulder.
And I like just kind of like of his head.
And I just
wow.
say, this is getting weird.
But he turns to Olivia. Olivia, it was great to see you again. I hope you'll give me another personal favor for the show. And he goes in to give you a hug.
I like give him a hug, like half-hearted.
The last gift you gave me really like kept my spirits up during the performance. I'll see you guys later.
See you.
He walks off.
I flip him off as he walks away.
His other band member catches you doing that. Rock.
What?
Bash
I
Rockstorm.
didn't know there was another band member. You
Yeah.
didn't say that, Neil. That's not fair.
That's 2 band members, right? And 4 backup dancers.
You didn't say that he was there. You never let us retcon that kind of stuff.
That's right.
You don't get.
That's right. He's not. They're like at the other end of the hall, but there's people around. You're in a room with lots of people.
Other people, but not his bandmate.
And to be fair, I'm kind of comforting him at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. So what does the party do?
Meme Dragon in chat is asking if I genuinely have a speech impediment. I don't know if Valley Girl accent counts as a speech impediment, but that's literally how some of my friends in LA talk, man. So
Okay. So Secundus goes over to do their thing. You can see their backup dancers. I think there's 5 of them. I don't remember. 4 or 5 of them. The backup dancers are over there too. What do you guys do?
Can I cast Arson to see if there's any magical items in the proximity?
Yeah.
Besides what we have.
You cast Detect Magic, did you say?
Arson.
Orison. And that's within 10 yards. Persistent spell effects or magical items. You do catch sight of a persistent spell effect.
Around them?
No, you can't. You can't target an individual thing. Orison just lets you know if there's something going on within 10 yards of you. So
Am
within
I still allowed to detect magic?
It wouldn't be-
detect magic would work, but you already cast your detect magic spell for the day.
And it wouldn't detect the magic I'm carrying, right? Or could
It would.
Oh. So like at all times I'll just always detect it.
Yep. Unless you have someone run 10 yards away with your magic item. It's like a tenth of a first level spell. It's like the most minor magical effect you can create. It's very limited.
So, yeah, I will hand over my... Do I even have magic items? I mean, there's a parchment, right?
You're gonna take the scroll out of your underwear?
No. I don't want to take it out. Not here.
That is not a euphemism either.
Alright, so like, does anyone have any way of detecting magic here? Maybe? Can you?
You're asking me?
Yeah, do you know how to detect magic? I know your sister can.
Not really yet. I'm just really good at like ventriloquism.
That's still a really cool skill.
Thanks, babe. You're so supportive. I'm so thankful for you.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we successfully completed the mission. Like, I know we didn't get the gig we were hoping for, but you know, we're kind of still owed a favor by Kel, and we got quite a bit of money, which is gonna solve quite a bit of issues. Maybe even be able to get better instruments or something.
I like pull her really close and I was like, and it's all because of you, because you're the best band manager and the best girlfriend and the best person in the whole world, and I love you so much. And I'm just like Eskimo kissing her with my nose.
Yeah, I'm gonna kiss my boyfriend.
So totally sloppy, just like sappy love moment.
I walk over to Ransom because you're in the room still, right?
Yeah, I'm holding our seats. I picked a spot near Hellbell.
Yeah, he's not in the tent. He's back at the
Okay.
stadium.
Well, while we're in the tent, I just kind of like smile and look around because I don't know what else to do. I'm like, hi.
There's 3 other bands in here getting ready, psyching themselves up, tuning their instruments. There's one person, one of the backup dancers is like taking a nap on a cot down at the other end of the tent.
The backup dancers for Secundus.
Yeah, one of them is taking a nap on a cot.
I go sit near them,
Okay.
but I make it loud enough to where I wake them up, but just from my movement.
They don't seem to respond. Maybe it wasn't hard enough to wake them up. Or maybe they're not really sleeping and they just have their eyes closed.
I look over. Oh, sorry.
Silence.
I just sit there.
This is some great sabotage I'm witnessing.
The woman continues to sleep on the cot. Just
I play like very peaceful, like music to myself, but something that would like keep her asleep, like something that like she wouldn't easily wake up from, so it just
Okay.
keeps her in like dreamland.
sure. All right, you just play your music. What about Kellen and Olivia? What are you guys gonna do?
I I'm just pretty, like, I don't really care about any of these plans. I'm just kind of, like, following Olivia around and being a lovesick puppy.
Okay. Olivia, anything in particular you're going to do?
I want to go watch the concert.
Okay.
But I'm kind of like not super excited about it, but I'm kind of resigned to watch it. But I'm enjoying the night.
Sure.
We
So the
still had victory today.
All right. I very
I
deliberately
apologize.
plan out a route so that I can walk right in front of the two judges, basically, and take their stuff while they're entranced.
Ooh. Okay. Sure. And it looks like Kellen and Olivia head back to the stadium area. Kess, do you just like continue to hang out here and play your music and try and lull this person to sleep? I couldn't hear you. Did you say something?
All right, yeah. I just like I don't like pay any attention to them, but I'm just playing like I'm in my own little world.
Okay. Eventually, everything starts to. Someone comes over and announces that the semifinals are about to begin. The three of the bands leave. One of the backup dancers comes over and like tries to shake the person next to you who's still passed out. She shakes her head and turns to you and says, "She is such a deep sleeper sometimes." Well, I hope she's awake by the time we're to go on.
I'll do my best.
The rest of Secundus hangs out, and eventually the woman sitting next to you kind of wakes up with a bit of a, huh? What? Huh? Oh, excuse me, dear. I was sleeping here. Okay. She gets up,
That's
kind of.
quite a heavy sleeper.
I love those afternoon naps. Now, if you don't excuse me, I should pray to the gods for our success in the competition.
Of course.
She scoots away and rummages around in her shirt and hangs up this amulet on a post and kneels down before it and puts herself into kind of a back and forth rocking and muttering of prayer.
Before she starts her prayer, I ask her, like, what is it that you pray to? Like, I start questioning, like, interested in knowing her my interest.
To the gods for success and for a good show, really.
Would I be able to pray with you? I've never done that before.
Maybe another time. I'm very private about my prayers.
Oh, I look down, kind of like sad.
Yeah. You notice the amulet that she's got hung up is a crossed copper keys. One of them is all rusted and green, which you know to be the symbol for Jexel, the god of wine and luck.
Does it seem like she's like casting a spell as a cleric? Do I feel
You're not there.
Oh.
As I say, can I can't use like my magical aura, right? Or no?
No, you already cast your one spell for the day.
Is there anything unusual about this amulet? Like, what else do I know about it?
Just it's an amulet for Jexel.
Okay.
So it's the equivalent of someone wearing like a cross around their neck. It doesn't have too much inherent symbolism other than it's the symbol of a god.
Okay, but there's nothing odd about it, like the amulet.
No. It's a little unusual to see someone carrying around an amulet of that particular god, but...
Why? What's that particular
I mean,
god?
he's like the god of wine and luck. He's not really that big of a deal in the world. In terms of the gods, he's not one of the big seven. He's one of like, what is that, 5, 6, 7... He's like one of the next 11 down.
But I know who the god is.
Yeah. He's a common dude.
I think I've seen that amulet that symbol before. Is that for Jexel?
She doesn't look up to you and continues her like back and forth rocking and kind of murmuring to herself in her prayer.
Can I hear anything she's saying?
Yeah, it's just kind of mumbling, though. There's not really distinct words, or every now and then you might catch a distinct word, but it's very much someone just kind of like mumbling through, like, oh dear God, please give me all the things. Do this.
And does the amulet do anything while she's doing this?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
One of the other backup dancers comes over and kind of taps her shoulder and says, "Excuse me, she likes to be left alone for her prayers."
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought prayer was shared. I was.
Oh, maybe in the elven lands, but here in the human lands, it's quite private and personal.
Oh, do you pray to the same amulets?
She like takes you by the arm, or kind of puts an arm around your shoulder and starts walking away with you. As she says, "Well, not that one in particular, but I don't carry any religious iconography with me, but I do I do spend a good amount of time in the temples that we go, thanking the gods for all they've blessed us with."
Oh, why don't you have that? Why does she pray to that particular one?
You know, maybe it's just a human thing. I've never considered that before, but some of us are more drawn to certain deities than others. I myself am drawn more closely to Martha than any of the other gods, but I will spend my time with Nadinus and Tempos as well. Occasionally Astaire, and when a family member passes, Falumbra.
Okay. I'll just tuck away this information. Well, I'm sorry for disturbing you.
Oh, no problem at all. I think the shows are about to start, so perhaps you would like to get a good view?
I will. I'm just gonna sit around for a little longer. And I just kind of like...
I see.
Where are you going to go?
Oh, we're waiting for her to finish before we head out. We like to go together as a group.
Gotcha, of course. And is my two other
They're gone.
They're gone?
Yeah.
So do I notice anything unusual? Like, are they looking at me like I need to leave?
Kind of. It's basically just Secundus and their backup dancers and you in this room. And they are all kind of awkwardly looking at you.
I walk over to them and I look at, wait, what was the mean guy's name again?
Guy Claypool.
Guy. And I look at Guy and I said, you know, I don't want there to be any problems from earlier. My brother is very sensitive. There was a misunderstanding.
You know, I'm sorry. I don't really often get worked up that way. You know, like, I try and be peaceful. But, like, your brother was kind of being... You know, he wasn't being a chill dude, man. He was like...
Our music is just very important to us. It's been a rough few days.
I get that. You know, and I'll try and make amends and apologize for, like, acting out like that. I shouldn't have said the things that I did. I should have tried to understand what he was feeling rather than, like, listening to what he was saying.
I think that would be best.
Yeah, because, you know, it's like... What you feel in your heart is different and more clear than what you say with your mouth. Like, somewhere between the heart and the mouth, like, the feelings get caught up into awkward words that aren't really always true, you know? So, like...
Yes, our actions do speak louder than words.
Yeah, that's a really wise way of putting it, man. Yeah.
And I like...
Whatever, you're just budget Kellen and you'll never get it.
Does everybody else look at, like, what is everybody else doing in the group?
They're all just kind of standing around. A few of the dancers are talking to each other. Bash is standing behind Guy, kind of just like rocking out by himself, doing a little air drumming and kind of rocking out.
I just kind of stand around.
So, are you, like, gonna walk out with us? Do you, like, want to, like, a ringside seat? You know, not the big stands area, but, like, do you want to hang out with some of the other bands while we perform? Like, I'm sure they'd let you in. You're a performer too. You're super talented. I'm sure they'd totally like let you hang out with them.
Oh, I don't know. Thanks, but I'm just kind of hanging around. I just need a breather.
Yeah. It's kind of awkward silence for maybe 15 minutes until the other dancer finishes up with her prayers, and then they all get up and head out to the parade ground. Okay.
I return to my group, and then I let them know what I saw.
Okay. The group is lined up. You kind of have to get to the back of the bleachers to get a spot because everyone that was staying through the intermission was staying to hold seats. So the only like good seats left were, way up at the back.
I left. I very aggressively held some seats.
Right.
I didn't mean to anyone.
Yeah. You held 4 seats then, real hard.
Yeah.
The first group comes up. It is the oh god, I need band names. It is the Bridgelight 5 coming up. It's a boy band. There's actually some musicians who play behind them, but they're not actually part of the band. They just hire new musicians in each town. They're singers and dancers, really. And they give a great performance that starts with their headlining song, Bye Bye Baby.
So typical.
Yeah, I mean, pretty good. Whatever. They go up against another group known as the Jewel of the Sky. It's a solo artist, actually. And she's got this really clear voice, and it hangs on to these really high notes for long periods of time, and it seems to get everyone really excited. And between the two of them, Jewel of the Sky wins out and moves on to the finals.
Dylan's pretty impressed by Jewel of the Sky. He thinks she has a real folksy vibe with some real potential.
The next band to play is the one that's going up against Secundus. Where's my map? I need the name of a place. They are the Rusty River Revival. It's a 4-piece band. They can play some lutes, some drums, and some upright basses. And they got like a kind of country vibe to them, but they're still kind of rocking it. They're quite fantastic, actually. They make a... Oh, yeah. Especially their upright bassist. He kills it.
That's my fave.
Yeah. And then, of course, Secundus comes out.
All right. It's at this point where I put on my earplugs and I start walking towards Calbell.
Okay. You start walking towards Kelbell, coming down the stairs. People are, like, elbowing you as, they filled in the aisles pretty closely.
What are we doing? Are we just watching?
Oh, and before I go, I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm about to go cause some trouble.
Why would you do this?
It's okay. They won't notice. I'm here to make sure that Secundus gets what's coming to them.
Yeah, man, respect.
Well, I don't want to be associated with this. We said we wouldn't cause trouble, and now you want to.
It's okay. It's my. I'm not really associated with the band. I'll be going rogue here.
Well, then maybe you should wear a cloak or something, because people are going to recognize you.
It's fine. They won't.
Yes, they will.
We all know the
I love
effects.
how the most bickering happens between my girlfriend and Kess's boyfriend.
Anyways, with that, I start heading towards Calbell.
Whatever. You deal with your girlfriend. We're a separate couple, and we're going to do our thing. If you guys get your problem, I'm not fishing out for you.
Yeah. You know what they say about friends who argue a lot like that.
Whatever, Neil. Don't start drama.
Hey! That's my boyfriend.
They go off together into the woods on these adventures. They bicker. They're always hanging out when you guys are performing. I'm not saying that there's something there, but they are both humans.
Neil,
Tortured artist here.
I'm off to write the hit song. My best girl and my best friend, or my siblings' girl. I don't know. I'll write it.
All right. Secundus comes on, and they start their set. But curiously, you guys aren't all that impressed by it. Once again, it sounds like a bunch of beginners bring in the noise, and they're kind of mediocre. Not even mediocre. Mediocre is kind of a polite way of putting it. Like, they're not on time. Bash is, like, hitting the drums a little bit too fast. He's maybe even, like, a half a stanza ahead of Guy, who's, like, singing it and really, really going for it with his upright bass. But it's just, like, they're just not quite in sync, and he's off key with his voice, and it's just... It's not that great, but everyone is like applauding and cheering and hooting and jeering, and you know everyone's really getting into it. Ransom comes down the stairs.
Really bad.
Yeah,
All of us.
the three of you, all three of you are like, this is not what they were like before. They were never this bad before. They were always fantastic. What the hell's going on?
Wait, what could this possibly be?
What was Kelbell's husband's name?
You never got his name.
Okay, well, I am in the midst of waltzing right up to them.
Okay. As you come down the stairs, every time you get in someone's view, they violently like kick out or strike out with whatever limb they can until you're out of their way. People seem very upset whenever you block them from the show. But you get over to their little section. They have a little platform that's a little bit rised up from the stands next to them, and a nice big flat area, and then some comfortable chairs, and like a little table that's got some food on it. And you look at them, and you see that they're both completely taken with what's going on before them. Totally just like, wow.
Yeah, well, I kind of mentioned to them, hey, I see you guys are all entranced with the show. I'm going to like duck behind their chair and then make sure not to get in the way, and then I start reaching at the guy's hands.
All right, and you're going to try and what? Take a couple of rings off his hands?
Yeah, I'll take the one that looks most valuable.
There's this big, gaudy one. Yeah, it's got like a fat emerald stuck in a big, broad gold band with one of the big bulges at the top.
Yep, I kind of put my hand up there first, make sure not to block his view of the band in any way. And I just hold it there for a moment, see if he does anything. If not, I'm going to go for it.
Okay.
All right, go for it, and I start pulling it off.
Why don't you give me a dexterity check? See if it's something that you can easily... If you have a good angle to slip it off of him.
Sure.
Oh, beautiful. Look at that. All right, so his hands are... Maybe it's like a cold day out, and his hands are a little bit sweaty anyway, and you have this like nice angle beside him. You go, boop, and the ring pops right off his finger, and he kind of like shakes his hand and folds him up and puts him across his chest while he continues to watch the show.
All right, I make my way to the entrance of the... entrance to their booth, and I kind of just lean against the door and watch the rest of the show.
Okay. The rest of the show goes fine. It's all kind of to you.
Yeah.
Eventually,
I'm getting bored. I'm like, this is really shit, babe. You're right. It's like one of the worst bands I've seen in such a long time. They're really being entranced by something.
They sound horrible compared to last time. Like, why do we not hear it?
It's
The
like
only thing different, I'm thinking, what if they are using magic and it doesn't work on magic users? Because we've learned magic now. But you've heard it before and you like it.
yeah. No, it must not. It's something we're not getting. There must be a piece of evidence that we're missing.
Do you think her praying to the amulet had anything to do with it?
Who's praying to which amulet?
Remember what I just told you guys?
Oh, yeah, the
The
prayer.
lady, yeah, she was praying to that Jexel amulet.
Is she the backup dancer?
Yes, I found it quite weird, and they were looking at me for quite some time, wondering why I was still in there.
Has she always been there?
Has that one always been there, Neil? That section?
How much attention do you pay to backup dancers at a show?
Well, I mean, I was paying quite a bit attention to detail sitting there.
Sure. Why don't you give me a charisma check to see if you recognize her from a previous show?
Okay.
Social intelligence. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, you saw her at the very first show.
Okay. Yeah, she's been there since the beginning.
Do you think she's the one doing it?
Well, I mean, she woke up at the end, and I felt it kind of weird that they stuck around for her to pray. Usually they'd hurry and go, but they waited and waited for her to pray.
Maybe she was resting to try to get her spells back on.
Oh.
You think she's a cleric like me?
She very well could be. She slept for a long time.
Did she seem kind of in a trance when she was casting? Like, kind of like when
Nothing
I'm
could
casting?
wake her up. And yeah, she was mumbling and I show them what she was doing.
Does it seem like what I do?
It's a little different than how you do it, but it's definitely some form of prayer, but that's, she was definitely praying.
You guys are so smart. She's totally the one making everyone love Secundus, and that's why everyone loves them, even though they're amateur.
But why don't we love them anymore? It doesn't make sense.
The show finishes, everyone erupts with applause. Immediately, Kel Bell gets up and says, Secundus! Of course, Secundus! Now, for our final showdown, we will have Jewel of the Sky play a song, and then Secundus must try and match her song. And then Secundus plays a song, and Jewel of the Star must try and match it by singing each other's songs and doing each other's performances to see how good you are on the fly.
I think it wouldn't hurt to try to see what that amulet is all about.
So, Jewel of the Star, and she gets up there and she sings this beautiful a cappella piece with just, these gorgeous, clear notes that almost bring tears to your eyes. And there's a resounding applause for her. Secundus goes up there, they look at each other, and they look a little bit nervous. And they do it, and they're kind of like gravelly, deeper male voices, can't hit the notes at all. They're like, "Oh, the sky!"
My ears just I cringe.
And there's a resounding applause, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, that was beautiful!" Someone next to you is like, "Even
interrupt you,
better than the
Fro. It's
perfect
at this point that I make a really gaudy showing while Secundus' performance is going on. I'm standing near the group, not near the cowbell and all that. I hold out this ring, and I inspect it really carefully, trying to discern its worth.
Ah, the worth of the ring you have in your hand. You have some sort of appraisal
it's really
skill,
obvious
right?
that I'm inspecting this ring.
Okay. You have some sort of appraisal skill, don't you?
Well, I was a craftsman, mostly blacksmithing.
That's fine. You'll have at least a ballpark figure of how much it's worth. I just need to open my book to the jewelry valuable table. And let's see. That is worth... ooh, it means I need to roll more dice. Hold on. That's worth somewhere around 1,000 gold.
It's at this point where I hold it out. I'm looking at it, and in really obvious fashion, I was going to expose Secundus and bring it back and say, "You see, this is the enchantment they put." And then I stare at it in plain view. I look around.
Big emerald. Yeah, everyone's still. They're cheering at this point. That's a big emerald.
I put it in my pocket and I go back to.
Are you sharing that with us, or are you just straight up going for this?
No, I go back to the group.
Okay. So Secundus comes up.
My internet cut out. Did you say 1,000 gold?
Yeah.
Ballpark figure.
Okay.
All right.
Good luck selling it. Everyone will, it would be very easy to trace back to a person. No one loses 1,000 GP ring. It's kind of a an obvious piece of jewelry, but whatever. Where are we? Right. So Secundus comes up and they play their hit piece. Let the goblins hit the floor. And it's great. And even though maybe they're not the best performers, it's actually a catchy song. They might not be doing it right, but it's actually a catchy song, and you find yourself maybe unknowingly like tapping your foot with it and like, shit, I don't mean to, It's like their one good thing. And there's this big applause afterwards, and Jewel of the Star goes up and she tries to sing in her like beautiful opera voice, let the goblins hit the floor, and she does a good job for it, but she just doesn't have like the right, her voice is too high and clean for such a rough song. And at the end of it, the knight steps forward and declares Secundus the winner of the competition, as well as the winner of the 100 GP purse, and offers them a contract to play for her husband for 1 month. And I think we can finish up the story here for today.
Wow, lots happened this week.
Yeah, lots happened. So, there is no experience to dole out. The question is, do you guys feel like you've done enough to hit level 3, level 2?
I mean,
I
we
want
like
so much.
to know what chat thinks.
All right.
Oh yeah, chat's supposed to vote.
Big mystery.
But we should make the case because we're supposed to pitch whether we think we did, because we like caught the guy who was dealing with the orcs. We successfully like booked a gig and played for him. We successfully found a magic item. We interacted with Secundus, made a major breakthrough in a possible reason why they're winning. And we now are owed a favor by Cal Bell, and we made tons of money. So I think that was...
All right, we have $1,000.
I agree.
We're not sure what we're going to do with. Also, can we know what the parchment does, or is it going to be next time?
You'll need a read magic spell. One of the wizards will have to cast a read magic spell to determine what spells are on the
Can't
scroll.
read
And I don't think
magic?
either of them have a read magic spell at this moment in time. So it'll be a difficult process to uncover what is on the scroll.
Okay. Still cool. It's in my panties.
Hey, no, not just you. We had to play music and keep them distracted so they could do so. We worked as a team.
No, we're a full team, a full party.
Okay, so I'm going to paste the link in Twitch chat on whether or not you think they've earned a level up. The party says they have.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell us.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, individually, what do you guys think?
I say yes.
I say yes as well. I agree. I feel like we did a lot and uncovered a lot together.
What about you,
Okay.
Trump?
Like I said, absolutely.
All right.
I'm on
All we do is
defense,
win,
but
after all.
I'm on defense, but I'll go along with whatever.
Well, it looks by a fairly clear margin. Some would call this a landslide victory for the yes side. 75% of the viewers believe that, well, 70%, let's call it, feel you have earned a level up. So why don't we bring you all to level 3?
What say you though, Neil?
Yeah, you're the final word.
Oh, that's right. I get a veto, don't I?
Yeah. Because chat, we admit that chat is sometimes biased, you know?
Just taking into account today's endeavors, I'm not sold on it. However, there was a lot of stuff that was done before your first level up. I think that if you consider all the things you did to get to your second level, I think there would be some spillage. You did more than it would take to get to second level. And so including that spillage in the previous week's events, I'll say okay, but I'm with Jen here. I'm like right on the fence. I'm leaning no, But this time, let's do it. I think level 3 will provide a lot of fun utilities. Both spellcasters will get an extra spell they can cast a day. They both also learn 3 more spells, which I'll assign to you. Both spellcasters, both bards, I should say, get another 15 points that they can put into their bardic abilities. So go ahead and level those up a little bit. Both bards get D6 new hit points. Olivia gets a D8 for new hit points, and Ransom gets D10 plus 4. Is it? Do you have 18 con?
No, that's int,
Int.
Neil.
What's your con?
It's just normal.
Okay. So Ransom rolls a D10, Olivia rolls a D8, Kess and Kellen roll a D6.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. Slightly below average. Kellen?
Whoa!
Whoa! Good job, Kellen! And
Fancy
tough luck, Ransom.
Oh my gosh.
We're the weak couple.
So strong.
We're Romeo and Juliet that are gonna die. Really
Ransom, you hit 3rd level, you get a new weapon proficiency. So you can either learn how to use a new weapon, you can learn a new fighting style, or you can save it. Because at level 5, you can master your weapon. You get another weapon proficiency slot at level 6, so you could, save this level 3 weapon proficiency slot for a few episodes, maybe many episodes, and then use it later, or you can wait until you hit level 6 to get mastery with your halberd. That's the big thing for you to decide this time around. Olivia, I think you get a new non-weapon proficiency.
Nice.
Go ahead and pick from the table. I'll I'll link it in Zoom for you again so you can find it. Systems, nope, not that one. Non-weapon proficiencies. I'll link it in Zoom here. Kess and Kellen, you get the spells and your points. And both Kess and Kellen get a +1 to hit. Olivia gets a +1 to hit as well.
Yeah.
Ransom gets a +1 to hit. Ransom gets new saving throws as well. I will list them to you down the line. Let me know when you're ready.
Go for it.
It is 13, 15, 14, 16, 16.
Okay.
And that is all the things that we do on Level Up. Are there any questions?
Do I need to save this proficiency for the mastery if I'm to use it?
No, you could use your level 6 weapon proficiency slot for mastery instead.
I see. And you can only specialize and master in one weapon, right?
Right. And you would have to wait till level 5 if you wanted to use this slot on it.
Okay.
Okay.
How many spells per day do I get now?
Ooh, that's right. You also start getting 2nd level spells, Jen. It's your level 3. So you get... Good question here. You get wizard progression. Here's priest progression. You get 1 2nd level spell plus the things from your willpower. What's your willpower score? 17, right?
18.
18? So you should have 4 1st level spells and 3 2nd level spells.
Damn.
Yeah, you're baller. And I will assign the rogues, the bards, new spells before next week. Yeah, and you both can cast 2 at a time. Cool. So let's do our shout-outs and wrap up the show. I'm going to start, if you guys don't mind. This week we have Dicing with Death on Saturday, Hardcore Heroes on Friday, and Age of Strife on Saturday, Dicing with Death on Sunday, and Hardcore Heroes on Friday. And next week we will be doing a 50-ish hour marathon stream. It's probably going to be all XCOM or XCOM 2, something like that. And that'll be starting on Tuesday, next week, and we'll take a 3-hour break for Misscliks, and then we'll keep going probably until Thursday night. So that is next week for me. And that is all I have on the docket. Tag Anna.
I am going to be on Twitch Weekly this week on Friday at 1 p.m. It's the first Twitch Weekly of the new year, which is very exciting. Other than that, I don't know that I can promise any other streaming this week, but watch my Twitter for updates just in case I do at Anna Prosser. I tag B.
I will be playing games on stream as normal. Mostly Stardew Valley, WoW this week, Hearthstone, and doing some glass art. And that's pretty much it for now.
Okay. Jen.
Follow me at LivinPinkSC2, yay! And come to Montreal for the 6th Invitational, maybe, or not if you don't care, that's fine too, yay!
Yay!
That's pretty much it.
Yay!
Yeah, that's all I do. I just work, play D&D, see my friends.
Wow, sweet life.
It's a pretty good life, to be honest. Like, I make games, and then I play D&D. So I make games, and then I play games, and then I sleep. It's cool.
Jeffrey.
Your life is almost as awesome as mine. I play Hearthstone, and I play D&D. I play Mafia every once in a while. So I'm at Trump SC. Cheers.
Nice. All right, guys, this has been Misscliks. We will see you next Tuesday for more devotion. Bye-bye, everyone.
Hey.